Everybody, today we're going to be talking with Luca from Italy. Uh, this guy is super smart, super awesome. Just got a haircut and has been moving, working in multiple agencies. A really, really smart guy. I think I titled this Veni Vidi Vici because he came, he saw us, he's conquering, he's winning. This is going to be super fun. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring him on. Please feel free to ask any questions that you have, comment. We'll drop our handles so you can make sure to follow or anything else. But with that being said, I'm going to bring on Luca. And thank you so much, Luca. I know it is not morning time for you there in Italy, and I do appreciate it, dude. But welcome, everybody. Luca Amici, it's great to see you, man. How are you doing today?
Hi, Charlie. Thanks to you. And yeah, in Italy it's 6 p.m., almost
Okay.
6:30 p.m. Yeah, but it's sunny, so it's hot. But at least there is sun, so actually I'm happy because yesterday was rainy.
Uh,
And yeah, yeah. And yes, I am. I'm from Italy, and I live in Italy, and I'm an advertiser, Facebook advertiser, and Google Ads. So like I'm approaching to multi-canality, omni-channeling strategy. And yeah, I am an advertiser from. Oh, I started three years ago, and I'm sorry if for my bad English. I
I love
understand.
you about English. You have the great accent. So everybody, if they have to pay attention a little bit, you have this beautiful, beautiful accent and a nice new haircut. So everybody's going to stick
Yeah,
around once to watch all of it. You'll be good to go.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it.
And yeah, I worked for three, four agency, so still I'm an employee, but I'm also running something. Um, like something of on mine with my friend. So also I'm starting a new business, and actually I think that also the Slack chat, yeah, your Slack chat will help me. And so from September, I think anyway I will enter. And yeah, this is one point that for me is very very important. I think you mm, people maybe who want to start with Charlie, but maybe they think, yeah, I don't know what's the difference between Charlie and the other program. Actually, the answer is Charlie and his presence. I mean, I think I spent a lot in courses, also in live, so anyway in consulting. But actually I think that Charlie is in Charlie's program, I think it's the only program where you can find someone who can dedicate time to you in one-to-one, and in a way with a fantastic support, with lectures every week, where you can learn, but also you can ask to him. So I think the in marketing there is the value proposition, no? The unique selling proposition of Charlie is actually is the, the possibility to speak with him, the and so the you learn very 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 quickly, because actually if you have doubts, or if you have yeah, you don't know where to the way to follow. Actually he gives you the answer, the right answer, to let you think in the most reliable way, in the most actionable way on the platform. So I think that I never found something like this, because yeah, I think that with you also in our one-to-one, I matured a lot about strategical mindset, and actionable mindset in the platform.
I
So
love
I would like to say thank you for these things.
that.
Yeah, because it's not so common actually. Yeah, I think
Well,
yeah, it's a special
yeah,
thing.
I appreciate all that. And you said something in here too that I really just wanted to get to on real quick. It was the using Facebook like in a reliable way, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing a lot. Like, what does that look like for you these days? Like, what are you doing that's letting you keep Facebook reliable? Because I know a lot of folks are saying that it's unstable and unreliable. We can't trust it, all of this other stuff. And Well, you just said yourself, like, actually, no, you're using it reliable, and it's you got the tools and the strategy. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, when I started to use Facebook in 2017, I think I started 2018. I remember that Facebook said that the most one of the most important thing to optimize and to gain better results was to work on the audience, to work on the bid, to work on the little technicism, no? And in these days, I think that these things are can give you maybe the 20, the 10, 20%, but where you have already stable result. So actually, the paradigm is changed. I think that using Facebook in more stable way and reliable way is to let Facebook do what Facebook wants according to your business goals. So before, you have to understand your business goal, translate them to marketing goals, and then to convert them in the platform. So, for example, using Facebook in a reliable way, I think is to deliver the right message, okay, for the right audience across the Facebook audience. Yeah, thinking the right message for the right audience in your ad, and give Facebook the freedom to spend where it wants, and use the data analysis, okay, to understand if that message is good enough to give you back a good CPA goal, okay, anyway, according to your MER and CPA target, okay. And so is actually using Facebook in a reliable way is to become a great partner for Facebook according to your business objective. And for me, these things was before was really I didn't understand this before your course, before your videos, because I know you on YouTube, for example, and then I follow you on Twitter, and I remember one of the best phrases ever was "spending is meritocracy." You know, you said a lot, but yeah, and this phrase entered in my mind and is still there as a neon, no, like this. And yeah, so how can I? Yeah, so I think that Facebook in a rebel way is to be meritocratical partner for Facebook. So thinking about these things, and then it changes everything, because you don't focus on, for example, little quality and poor quality data. For example, you don't have enough conversion. You don't. Maybe you have a good CPA, but you have 2 conversions not out of the learning phase in your test campaign. So it's something that is completely unstable. Facebook says that there's no guarantee that another campaign start and will give you the same result with the same creative. But also, it's something for me now stupid and criminal, thinking that if your ad takes 2 or 4 conversions, okay, purchase conversions or lead conversion with good CPA, is foolish, thinking that if I put the same ad in my, I tested already, okay, the test is over, is completed, I can scale it.
Right. Yeah. The idea of a testing campaign and a scaling campaign, and well, it got 3 sales really cheap. I might as well put $1,000 or euro or whatever, right, behind it, right? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? And I think that really goes to something I was going to ask you, is like, before we were talking, before you and I, before you joined the MBA program, and before we got to have all that one-on-one time and all sorts of
Yeah.
other stuff, what was it like for you on the day-to-day managing Facebook? Like, what were you doing to manage the platform? What did that feel like? What was the day-to-day process like for you?
Yeah. Uh, I say you now, and I say also the limit, that I understand why I made like this. As I also the limit to be an employee, actually, about managing Facebook. Before, I was. There were a lot of problems. I mean, tracking problems that in year over year they actually increased because in Italy the GDPR is very very more restricted than in America. So actually here is in Europe is very difficult. And anyway, with the API conversion, with data loss of the cookie add-on, it's very very difficult. Before was easier, and actually we had more data to understand. But for example, in my optimization, I was focusing on testing audiences. Actually, what was the audience that my question was, what is the audience, the cheaper audience that can give me more results. So I wasn't thinking about incremental lift of a brand, also incremental spend, like how can spend more or I can spend the same in efficient way, So I was testing, for example, different audiences, focusing not so much on the message, also not focusing on what people want to see, what people want to read. So what I must show to them to deliver my message and get that result that my business wants. So I was focusing more on this, and I remember that, for example, I was testing for example, lot of different ad set with different CPAs, like a cloud of CPAs, with BidCap to understand maybe this is better, maybe this is worse. And after 1 week, maybe I had a winner, but then after another week or 2 weeks, it was completely different, and so I was I was thinking, damn, I have to step back and begin again.
Yeah, it sounds incredibly frustrating. Like you couldn't trust it. Like it's a lot of work. And to be fair, like I used to do that, like 2016, 2015, 2017. Like there was a point in time where that was actually what you were supposed to do, right? Like, and I feel like we still deal with a lot of folks that are using the platform that just learned from people that taught in 2017, 2018. And like there was a period of time where you were supposed to use where CBO didn't exist. And
Exactly.
broad wasn't a good idea.
Exactly.
And like you were supposed to use interest groups and lookalikes and retargeting, and it was like day trading. Like it was a real like skill. Like it was like you could be really really good at Facebook ads, but that also means if you want to go on holiday, uh well, the business goes out of like the company goes out of business because you're not there, you know what I mean? And that sounds just incredibly frustrating, and you were talking about earlier, like, that's also unreliable, right? Because you're doing the testing and like a week later you have to start all over. And now you're sitting in a situation where it is really reliable and you are being very strategic with everything. And that kind of happened, you said that kind of changed through coming through the MBA program. So I'm curious, what was your experience in the MBA program like? Like, how did it make you feel? What was the day to day like for you? Or what were some of your favorite parts?
Yeah. Okay. Before starting, I was. I didn't know actually how was the structure. I know I read the topic, but I didn't know actually the type of information. Okay, the how was denses of contents. Actually, I think as if someone is used to courses, maybe I think that will be a little bit stunned when you will see the MBA program, because it's not like a usual course, where you have, for example, the 10 minutes lessons. Not so much. Maybe pragmatic and schematic information, yes, but not you don't focus so much in the deep. MBA program, it's more like a sort of conversation with you as we have now, but in a more strategical way according to objective. So it's like a consulting, live consulting, and also consulting on the platform. I lived them like this. And for my experience, the testing roadmap, it was the best part of the program, because it's when I say before using Facebook in a reliable way, I think the testing roadmap shows you how to do it, because actually it's like use the scientific method to see a possible solution. So from hypothesis, you see and you write your solution and you test it, and according to data, you are able to go more and more. But one thing I would like to say, when we say according to data, it's not data that platform shows you, or I mean, not simple, not classical data. No, in the past, platform shows us more data than now. How MBA program teach you to structure your campaign actually is the easiest way to see data in 2022 in a reliable way. Because, for example, I really like how to centralize the data, so the messaging behind the data, to validate your hypothesis, no? So to drive your goal, using Facebook to drive your goal across this type of structure, the concept. So not focusing on single little part, but yeah, go broader, no? I think that your payoff is go broad, no? Go broad, not only audience, but also think broader also in your message, no? Structure your message with the concept in different ways to deliver broader people who will like that type of concept, you know? So, for example, as you teach then in the program. So I like, the testing roadmap and the MBM program. I remember that after our first call, I think that I see again the live, because I didn't understand everything of your words, no, because I'm Italian and you were speaking so fast. But then, yeah, then I remember that I started and I also changed my account, some of my accounts, to emulate your structure, not to learn by the practice. And actually, I remember that immediately, especially for a lead generation client, because he was planning for our market in Italy a great budget, a good budget. I remember that I was able to scale immediately more the budget according to a CPA. And for example, the things that I made is going broad, so ads broad, but segmenting the message between on using different angles, different concepts in a DCT as you teach in different broad ad set. And I remember that, for example, with interest groups, I had in interest groups with interest very, very connected to that to that business. I wasn't able to go more than 200 euros per day, and with broad audience, I was almost more than 2,000. Same CPA, but volume. So for my
that one more time, you went from what, 200 euros a day to what again?
Yeah, like almost 2,000, and this is one asset in the whole campaign, almost Yeah, almost 4,000 per day with
That's
link.
amazing.
Yeah. For me, it was yeah, it was completely open-minded, because actually I think that yeah, in your mind is something that you don't think that go broad, so leave the platform, do what he wants. It's the better choice. But if you leave the platform, do what it wants with a good message, so you deliver, but I decide what it's the best choice to deliver. I think it's the perfect match, no? It's to be the perfect partner. And also it's the essence of the estimated action rate, no? Is something that Facebook says to us since I think mm, like 10 years. But it's something that I was completely I forget about it, no? So actually is this. So I think that the most difficult thing is to produce a creative in a strategical way. One thing, because maybe you have, for example, you don't have the problem in Italy that there are not so agencies that they have content staff that can produce and deliver these things, or if they have, they produce content not for advertising, but more for like blog or branded content, not structured for business objective. So this thing is the most important thing, I think, to structure, and it's not so easy, at least in Italy for now. But for example, in my agency now, we are structuring these things, and for example, a lot of clients also are starting to use also collaborative ads. So like the idea of the creator is something that more that have more appeal than a greater appeal to the clients. I think if you start the MBA program and you start to understand how Facebook works, and if you so you build your omni-channel strategy with like mid-low funnel, no? Using like deliver awareness of the brand, generating the conversion goals, okay? Because if your brand speaks, okay, to solving problems and showing uh, results, actually you are making branding driving conversion, okay? And then you have, for example, a strong Google Ads, for example, performance max campaign that maybe that drives the answers campaign. Anyway, they started the lower funnel anyway. I think that you have something very, very strong and fucking powerful. And actually, yeah, the MBA program
Ecosystem of like how Facebook works. So it's like there's a funnel, but you don't necessarily have to have the whole customer funnel on just Facebook, because you got multiple platforms. So there's like the funnel and then also the journey. So it's like vertical and horizontal, right? Like, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because a lot of time I also see that a lot of people, especially in agency in Italy, think that, for example, using videos are, yeah, for example, in a lot of agency you use the catalog, okay? So I don't know in English, is I think is catalog ads, it's okay, like okay, catalog ads as a lower funnel campaign, but no, it's that it's only a portion. Then you have branded content build as a sale ads, okay? A lot of people doesn't create, maybe because that doesn't they don't have the tools to do it, no? Like people or anyway budget to rely to create something, or maybe they don't have the knowledge to do. But this is a great opportunity to spread your brand, driving conversions. Because in a way, for example, I remember that when we added a shopping campaign as a low funnel, increasing spending on Facebook, we were increasing the conversion rate of shopping campaign. Without that type of ad, it wasn't impossible, no? Because on shopping campaign, if we were pushing more, our CPA was going very higher. So actually, this teaches us that Facebook with that type of message, according to a specific concept, connected to a specific pain points, no desire. Okay, how to say it? That communication open your mind. Okay, open the mind of the customer, and then the customer, when it searches on Google, it's more it's a sort of pre-frame that permits you to drive the conversion easily after. And these things is something that goes over the attribution, no? It's something, conversion is this, conversion, no, it's thinking about how the consumer think and what the consumer wants, actually.
Yeah, and you touch point on attribution too. There is like, it's not about the thing that's lucky enough to be the last touch point in this customer journey, right? It's like when we're trying to make the decisions on business objectives and stuff, and you're talking about that omni-channel approach and all of this stuff, which by the way, I was like, what do you love about the MBA program? What is working for you? And what we're talking about now is like how Facebook is a piece of this much larger puzzle, and you're thinking about people as like something other than just numbers on the computer screen and all of this stuff. Like, if we even get to the part where attribution doesn't really even matter because it's not a thing, it's not real, right? And like something that I love to touch in on is that like attribution is sort of this like, it's a lie. Like you can't actually make decisions off of that information because it's not realistic, right? And when you chase that, it becomes extraordinarily unreliable, right? Like,
So
I
also
love
because
that.
anyway, most of people now have a smartphone, but for example, discover a product on a Facebook ads and on smartphone, and then probably they buy after on desktop, so PC, because anyway in a family there is one PC. So also from Google Analytics, the shift from device to desktop is not so, it doesn't work so much, no? So if I have to see where is who drives me the conversion, for me, for example, it's okay, start from the lower funnel, especially if you don't have something like good product or something like not good product, new product. Okay, if you have if you are a retailer and you have a good very competitive price, okay, maybe you can scale also on shopping campaigns. It depends also how much pieces you have actually, because maybe you break the stock. But Facebook for me still in the 2022 is the most reliable way to this term comes again, to drive results and to positioning your brand and drive results. Okay, in your strategy, the first goal is not only conversion as low CPA, because probably if you have a e-commerce, if you put a smart shopping now, performance max on Google campaign, maybe you have also better result. But actually you can't scale so much, or at least you need anyway a lot of channel. And Facebook actually gives you more tool to positioning, okay, to show how to show why your product is different from the others. So actually,
that intent and that differentiation, it's informing. It's not only awareness, but it's also setting up the shopping ad for the sale, right? So it's like you can't scale the shopping ad if nobody knows who you are, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't. It's like email is the same thing, right? Like you can't scale email if nobody knows who you are. There's only so many addresses. But
and
if
actually,
you You get more
I think that, yeah, also because Facebook has a lot of data, because I think that's actually the problem of the cookies, okay, and the GDPR. Okay, Facebook doesn't have so much conversion to optimize to go out from learning phase. Yeah, it's a problem, but I think that Facebook knows where it delivers, because also in this period, I remember also it's difficult that your results are not in target. For example, for leads, it's difficult that your leads are not in target. Okay, maybe they're not in target to buy because they are not motivated, but they're in target for your product. They understand. Facebook is really smart to shows a solution ad to a person who has that problem. Okay, according to their solution, and it's
I love
immediately.
how you said that.
Yeah. Also, and if you work with broad audience, it's easier for him. I mean, I have thousand, no, but I have like more than 10 case study about these things, especially on lead generation, because a lot of time we had, for example, funnel structure like a lead and then launch for some days. No, I spend a lot, most of like most important clients were at this type of budget. It was about info product, but also some e-commerce. I remember that in e-commerce about beauty, this video structure on three. Okay, because you remember when I said that I need a broader appeal, no? Because then the problem is that if you work in America, in America you have like 200 million Facebook user.
Yeah,
Italy,
yeah.
In Italy we have 30 million, so is lower people. So actually we need also to I needed to create broader ad, because I need more reliable results. So I need the ad that works for more period, no, because I don't want to change every week according to the problem of some years ago. So we built this video ad according to the three highest problem, three pain points of the target, and broad audience, woman, because it was specific for women, but broad age, and anyway there were fantastic results about CPM, for example. And in Italy, actually, the CPM are really cheap. If we compare with American CPM. But anyway, when your CPM decreases more than 100%, you can also make errors if your ad doesn't work in a more comfortable way. You know, you are more relaxed, so you can test more. So I think
I love that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
this is
it's about giving the platform more of the type of content that it wants to see, so that it doesn't have to be as good, right? Like if you can cut your cost of advertising, if you can reach twice as many people for the same price, you don't have to be nearly as good with that message, and you can try twice as many, 3 times as many messages, right? And I remember a lot of what we're talking about is, and it's funny, it's not just you, Luca, in Italy, but a lot of the folks out of Europe are all like, I get it. America's 200 million broad. My broad is like 20. Like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like, it still works. And I love that you found that it worked for you. And I remember we had multiple conversations of that, like, how do I get bigger? How do I get bigger? How do I get bigger? And it was that thinking broader, solving the problem in a simpler way, and making things that appeal to different types of folks. And I love what you broke down here about how you took the 3 pain points that could speak to anybody, and then you made content so that your ad appealed to literally everyone in Italy, and now your broad is massive. And it doesn't have to be nearly as good of an ad, because you're reaching 3, 4, 5 times as many people. And then you're using all of the other channels and all the other touch points, plus the landing page, to get somebody over the finish line. You're just trying to get them interested. You're just trying to get them to care or even know about you. And when you make those ads that people like to see, not only are you reaching people for cheaper, but you're also getting preferential treatment. So when someone in Italy swipes up on their phone or opens up Instagram or something like that, not only are you reaching more people for a lower price, but you're also reaching people where you and somebody else might be advertising the same thing. But because your ad is better appealing towards individuals, Facebook will show your ad instead of theirs. So you're getting preferential treatment and you're paying a lower price. So you're reaching people who are also more interested in what you have to say, even if they've never heard from you, because you're retargeting like the messaging from other brands. And that's how you do it. It makes it so much easier, right? We went from, you were talking like, what it used to be like of all these interest groups and all of these bidding models and all of these ads to, well, now I have broad and I have a couple ads that appeal to different types of individuals. And now Facebook is doing all the targeting. It's doing all of the retargeting. It's doing it for cheaper. And I'm going to assume that you're also not working 20 hours a day to try to manage all of that stuff while it gets worse.
Yeah, yeah. It's a shifting of knowledge. I think an advertiser in the future, he needs to go back to basics, no, to understand like the marketing fundamentals. Because anyway, when you understand the marketing fundamentals, you can apply you can apply data marketing fundamentals to a lot of different channels, not only Facebook, because the technicism doesn't work so much anymore. Or anyway, it can give you good results, but not constantly result. I remember that, for example, going broad, okay, maybe in one case the CPA was a little bit higher, like 20% 20% more than another campaign, another group, outside group with interest. It was in the beginning I was testing, but that adset broad took more budget, and it was incredible more stable. I think that, as you said, spending is meritocracy. If your ads drives results, okay, and it takes budget anyway, it's a stable sign that you have to see. Maybe it will be a little cost, like it will be a higher CPA, okay, but the higher CPA in a way is part of that attribution model that you want to see. It's not the reality. So if you drive results, if your sales are in the back end, then you can understand, okay, these things works. Improve this. Before was, for me, was really difficult, because actually I was working on audience, I was working on exclusion. Mind blow of this fucking exclusion. Sorry for that, for the word, but now exclusion completely. I don't use exclusion, only, for example, some purchasers, or only exclude lead of that type of
Sure.
events. Yeah, because I saw, for example, that also not excluding all lead. Anyway, the percentage of new lead in the backend, so people for the first time sign up to my mailing list, was higher than excluding the all past lead, because the CPM was half. Okay, we had a lot of database, and so we needed to cut. And anyway, these things, what said, I think that Facebook understand for example, in a 7-day window, okay, not in every hour, because anyway it needs to learn, it needs to understand if it shows an ads and there is bounce rate for 2 times, then it stops to deliver, it stops to show the ad to the people. And I think also it's not a problem about exclusion. One day there will be no retargeting. Okay, probably will not be able to exclude people anymore, because anyway Facebook doesn't understand. No, the email with iOS 15 will not be actionable for the retargeting. But this is a sign that Facebook understand in your broad audience people who needs more retargeting than the other. Retargeting of your brand, or retargeting from another brand, And so I think that like broad campaign, broad power to Facebook, according to good concept, creative strategies of your marketing value propositions, okay, unique selling proposition in your credit. I think that you need actually to leave to give Facebook the power to deliver a good message. Then maybe, for example, now I still use retargeting, not so much, but in this case, for example, for I-ticket product, and I need I want to have control on that frequency, but probably I don't know, maybe it's also some barriers in my mind. No, I have to try also the different way. The most powerful thing of the MBA program, I think that it shows you a different powerful way to think and solve your advertiser problem. No, go over your limits with your help, actually, that and your knowledge. That is amazing. I speak a lot. I speak in a bad way, but I speak a lot anyway.
No, well, look, I think you're speaking in a great way, and I can hear you talk all the time. I love the accent. You're also a really, really smart guy, and I really appreciate that. You know, I think I love people getting to hear it from you as well. You know, I think it's really awesome for people to understand how other folks are addressing this, right? And you've talked about how this is helping you on lead generation, right? How it's helping you on e-commerce,
Yeah.
how it's also helping you with managing like your workflow and your time, right? And I guess maybe that's one other question that I wanted to get to is just like quality of life and the time that you have and that work life balance and the stress level. Like, what is it like now for you that you're not managing Facebook 24 hours a day, that you're able to see Facebook and how it fits into the grand scheme of things in that vertical funnel and that horizontal customer journey,
Yeah.
where you've got that testing roadmap so you know what the next week, the next month, the next 2-3 months looks like, that 90-day plan of understanding like this is my North Star and this is how I'm going to get there. And that ownership of the knowledge of how to test for ads and how Facebook targeting works. And all in all, just like you described to me earlier, just this thing, and I think a lot of people are there where they're going day in, day out and just trying to keep it going. They don't have faith in it and they don't trust it. What is life for you like now that you can trust it and it's so much easier?
Okay. I'm an employee anyway, so I don't work. I work for clients in an agency, so I'm not a self-entrepreneur, for example, who have, for example, 24 hour if he wants to stay on the platform. But for me, it changes in more how to say my thoughts. It changes how I thoughts, and it changes how my mind create negative thoughts about performance. Because anyway, when you have also if you work in an agency, you know, the classic the classic work in Italy is from 9 to 6 p.m. No, anyway, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. You go out, okay. But if your agency takes a percentage of a percentage more according to the revenue, anyway, you have the stress because you think, what is the best way to improve my results, to get to have a happier clients, to have a happier boss, and anyway, you have that type of stress. In these things, it helps me in my opinion, the MBA program was has a lighter. Okay, imagine a lighter who is able to light up the better idea in your mind to connect a path to create a easier solution. Now I'll explain. The testing roadmap, the 90-day plan, actually permits you to focus on the best actionable thing, okay, who can drive the most results. According to this, I also studied more, for example, to deliver to create concept and deliver that type of ad. I focus myself on the other best thing to do, especially when a project comes inside the marketing research, studying your audience, producing something that is really helpful and differentiating. I mean, your unique value proposition and things that helps really your brand. So focusing on these things, focusing on the testing roadmap, in my mind there was the idea of I thought 10 solution. I made one. Probably it's the worst, and tomorrow I have to follow the second solution. But if it doesn't work, I know maybe it's the best solution is the fourth. No, these things can help. The testing roadmap permits you to think and to deliver the thing that is more simple to action, okay, to the thing that is simple to action, okay, but it can drive the best result. I spoke in a bad way, but I mean, it teaches you how to prioritize your hypothesis and your actions according to your goals and to your energy, to your tools, to what you have actually, because it's designed to not work less, but work in an efficient way. So these things help me, and actually it's also open my eyes, open to also to think in another way. Okay, not about exclusions. For me, for example, the exclusion was something that my brain was thinking over and over and over. But I have to exclude, not to exclude. The technicism that is not so. It's not marketing this. The user that works on Facebook doesn't want to see if I exclude or not exclude, or if I use retargeting or not retargeting. He want to see something that is great for him, okay? And so I have to study, and I have to. I must be able to understand if that things that I've showed and I've showed him is something great for my business or not. So I need to have a simple method to test my hypothesis, to validate. But it's not only test, see results, but test in a logical way to prioritize, and test in a statistical way. So centralized data, centralized opportunities to understand the lift of these opportunities. Because for me, for example, I remember a thing that you said me, and it helped me a lot. See what Facebook, where the budget goes. If one ad set or one ad take the most of budget, but maybe it's not the best CPA you have. You have to work there, not stop and deliver the other, because the other ad has the best CPA only because it plays in a different scenario with different budget, with low budget. So if you see, if you understand that, if you find something that it's a acceptable CPA, but it takes budget and lots of comments, because I remember like 300 of comments before I was using Post ID to drive interaction, to drive engagement campaign, to have comments. It's not anymore. For me, it's not necessary if you drive the good message, because with the conversion campaign, you have all social proof you need in that ad. And if you find something that Facebook wants to deliver, and with a good CPA, you have infinite way to improve that CPA and create to improve that ad, to reduce the CPA, and scaling really in a good way. Before, for example, before MBA program, I was stopping that ad and changing immediately a lot of different micro angle, micro ad, not understanding what the market segment wants, no, because I was focusing on the single ad and not about the high level messaging, high level angle, high level concept. So yeah, it helped me. And for this, if you deliver these things, then you have an asset that it can drive good results for more time. So less negative thoughts. So more in my mind freedom, because anyway, yeah, I worked anyway less because, for example, I was working more to understand which asset, which creative. But then when I started the campaign and I found one or two concepts, then you finish to blow up your mind. Okay, you finish the hardest part. Then you have asset and a way to scale that asset in a comfortable way. So I think that in MBA program, maybe if you have 90-day plan, your first 30 days are the not worst, but maybe more we say challenging. Okay, you have to challenge with the market, but you do also in a more light way. Okay, you don't have that bad thoughts, because actually you're focusing on less things that you can control, that you can see results. We can't control we can control the bid, but we can't control the oceans. So actually focusing on the single bid is not important, because maybe tomorrow it comes a player and I found a perfect bid today. Maybe in 2 days more it will become a greater player who put more budget and have a stronger bid, and your performance goes down. If you focus with a hypothesis and testing on concept, according to with using a broad audience and studying that data of that concept, you finished your work. You focusing only on important things. I think that, for example, and now I finished, you, Charlie, create a digital you created a Facebook program according to what, for example, Ogilvy said in the past. No, also in the past they were creating broad audience. Okay, like a painting on the wall. Okay, an advertisement on the wall. It's broad audience because in a way everybody pass. Okay, the single thing to use to target was the creativity. Okay, and in a way the concept behind that creativity, and it's the same thing. And you put that idea in the Facebook world, giving a way to test, analyze, and scale results in a comfortable way. And for me, this helps a lot of people because there are a lot of courses, there are a lot of good not guru, but also formers that are very, very good, as they say. Maybe for them it works, but for me, most of them focusing not on the most important things. If they focusing on the 20% that deliver maybe the 20%. Maybe you are focusing on the 20% that deliver the 80% of the things. So actually improves your result. What you do improves more your result than what the other does. And as you said, if you test broad, if you start broad, you wanna improve testing interest. Okay. Create a control environment, no? Create a stable environment according to Facebook opportunities, broad concept, yeah, and then test if it works more, if it works better. So it's not like
Yeah.
black or white. It's a sort of mindset, actionable mindset about thinking Facebook ad, but also TikTok ads, because, for example, it helps me a lot also but also Google Ads, because Performance Max, your method is perfect also for Performance Max. So it's not only a Facebook course, it's a digital advertising course that it gives you strategy of management, of platform management for a lot of digital advertising opportunities, Facebook, Google, and TikTok. I would like not that people focusing only on Facebook, because for me it's not all about Facebook. It's also about project management. It's also it's very complete, and I think it's a great opportunity for people, and also it's a great opportunity to know you because you are
Well,
great.
yeah. And thank you so much for saying that. I really appreciate it. I know we're coming up on time here. I just wanted to say, first off, um, thank you so much for all of that. It makes me feel good to see things, and I also remember the first few conversations we had, and getting to see the way that you talk about things now versus what we talked about when you first came in. It's night and day. And you were good before, like you were really good, and now like it's a completely different game, you know. And I love that. And I just wanted to close out with one, first off, saying thank you, and second, just I'd love for anybody watching this, if they wanted to get in touch with you, if there's anything that you'd want to promote or tell people how to get in a hold of you or anything else, because I think there's a lot of folks that would love to feel the way that you do about this and would love to have the confidence that you do. And I'd love to make sure that this is a great opportunity for folks to get to know you. So with that being said, I'll close it out with, again, I thank you, and I'll leave it up to you to say just how can folks get in touch with you, because I think you hopefully inspired a lot of people today.
Ah, well, I don't know if you mean that, for example, to give my email or something like this?
Sure, email. You're on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. A way that if somebody watches this, how if their question is, how do I get to talk to Luca?
Yeah.
How can you do that?
Okay. My if someone wanna ask me something, or for example wanna start a collaboration, something like this, because these things I wanna say. I wanna start also to do something, my own business. Okay, with some of my friends, because I wanna use your method, what I in a very free way, because working in an agency, actually, where you are closed in some, you don't have that freedom. Okay, so actually it will be also the opportunity, if someone wanna ask and wanna see something from zero to, like, how I think, according to what Charlie said. It can write me on Facebook Messenger. Okay, it can add me, and it's Luca Amici. You can say also here on StreamYard, or for example, write me an email, because email I see is amiluca, AMILUCA 90 .gmail.com. Quindi this is my email if someone wanna write me, for also, if you have doubts about also MBA programs, I will I can also answer you if Charlie doesn't, or if Charlie does, I can also do also. And anyway, for other things, if I think it's a great opportunity now, if someone have an idea, especially if he is a creator. Also, it's an opportunity to collaborate. It's like a video maker or creator, it's a good opportunity for me also, because I will search soon. So if someone who see us as a creator, it's interesting, this thing. Or yeah, for any advertiser, if they have doubts to work, I'm not a guru, okay? I'm not a professor, but yeah, I think in a more easiest way. And anyway, I suggested to start with Charlie, because it's something that never ends. Because yeah, there is the MBA program, but then there is the Facebook group. I'm not so active now because I'm moving from the city. But anyway, in car, when I drive to Ravenna to Padova, there are like 2 hours and a half, and they put your lectures, okay, to to hear you to, and it's always like it seems like to be, yeah, it's really like an MBA, like university style, and you can always make your question, and Charlie has always gives always his free time to us, his alumni, to answer the question, one more question. So actually, I never saw something like this online, and almost offline. I never see something this type of opportunity, and I think it's a really, really great opportunity to change your mind, to improve your knowledge and your thinking about advertisement in a actionable way. Anyway, closed.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Luca. I'll make sure to include that email address too in the description
Yeah.
below. So when this gets posted, because we're live streaming right now, but I'm gonna let you go. I know it's getting late in Italy, and food is important, and work life balance is important.
Uh,
And I just want to say, man, I really appreciate it. You are a very valued member of the community, and um, I love it when people come into the community. You'll be able to chat with Luca there too, and I just want to say thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and it's been great to see you grow. And thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna let you go, and we'll sign off here. But I'm excited. I'm gonna have to come on back out to Italy. We're gonna have to chop it up. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time.
yeah. Now with this changement of agency, it will be a little bit difficult. But if you would like to come, you can also be, because now I have this house, and then I have an house also in Padova. But this house is free, so if you want to be my guest, if you want to come, and then you see this house is all for you, and is close to the seaside, and I would like really to to have you here. Now I have to understand if I'm able to close this deal with to create an event, or anyway I would like to see you. Maybe I come also, but I would like that you come also to Italy.
I
Anyway,
Any
yeah,
excuse to come to Italy, I'll do it. Believe me, I've been there. It's beautiful, and I'd love to come back. So, with that being said, my man, I'm gonna let you go. We'll chat. We'll chat offline about making that happen. One way or another, we're gonna make it work. I'm super excited, and
yeah,
yeah, you're by the seaside. You live in a happy life. You got a smile on your face. You're confident. You're successful. Things are reliable for you. This is working out. I love it. Luca, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much, man. Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you later.
thank you too, Charlie. You're great.
Bye, buddy.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Oh, good evening.